Welcome back to the Beard Bros podcast. Shout out to our sponsor today, Mad Manny. Lord have mercy. Go find it on iTunes, Spotify, anything you can stream your music. Go show them some love. Give them some like on Instagram. Anything you can do, show them love. Shout out to our sponsor today. Thank you. And our guest. Want to introduce yourself?
I'm Bryce Davis.
Garrett Campbell.
Nice to meet you guys.
Yeah.
I heard a little bit about you from my brother. I guess you guys are mutual friends.
Yeah.
And then you're his friend, and we're all meeting each other kind of for the first time.
Yeah.
You guys know each other.
Yeah, we hung out before.
How's y'all's day been?
Pretty good.
Pretty good?
Got
Good-
off
Not too
work
bad.
right before this.
Oh, nice. Good start to the new year so far?
Yeah.
Nice.
Can't
2020, new decade. Any big plans for the year or the decade?
I don't know about the decade. That's a little.
How old are you guys? I didn't even ask off camera.
I'm 22.
Okay.
21.
Okay, you're pretty young.
23
then.
in like a week.
Oh,
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
Congrats. Happy birthday, man. Early birthday.
Yeah, useless birthday. 23. Doesn't mean shit.
No one likes
Well, yeah, I mean, after 21, now 18 don't even mean anything.
Yeah,
You can't even do any
Yeah,
shit.
you can't even buy fucking jewel pods.
You can't even buy cigarettes.
I know my goal for 2020. Try not to get in the draft, bro. Fuck
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
I don't feel
I'm
okay.
not getting in that draft,
You
bro.
fucking said you're like, has it been a good start to 2020? I'm like, nah.
It depends on your perspective.
Yeah, it's okay.
Overall, fuck no.
It's okay
For real.
because I'm legally blind in my right eye,
So you're out.
I don't qualify for
You're
the draft.
already out.
I got scoliosis and a bad heart, so I'm good.
Oh,
I think
you're out too.
I'm
Because,
asthmatic. We're good.
well, not
We're
just
good.
that, but you're the youngest, so they would consider you to have to carry on the name. So I would be drafted.
I double don't qualify for the draft.
Damn,
Fuck yeah.
I'm good, bro. Never mind. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Drink to
you're
that,
I'll
bro.
go, but I'm not gonna go.
There you go. You
I'm
can
like, yeah,
You
I'm
can
good.
listen back to your podcast while you're.
Yeah, I'm like, I got a podcast to do. That's fine. Like, I appreciate what you do. We're not even getting into that. That was not what we're getting into.
Sorry. My bad.
No, but
Bringing up World War III.
yeah, well, we're not gonna get there. I ain't gonna lie though. The memes have been fired.
Hell yeah.
Anyway, we're gonna stop there. Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourselves. Did you grow up in Roswell?
Both of us.
Yeah.
Both of us?
Yeah, we both, I was born here. You were born here, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Both born and raised here. You went to Roswell High. I went to Goddard.
Okay.
Graduated 2015.
Yep.
I graduated 2016. We've been best friends since we were
Young.
real young.
I was gonna ask, how'd you guys become friends if you guys went to opposite high schools? That would be opposite sides of town, probably from middle school too, right?
Yeah.
Well, until I was 17, I was forced to go to church, and he went to the same church.
Oh, okay. So y'all mutual friends from church.
And
Okay.
then we both knew a kid named Hudson.
Yeah.
Hudson Lee. He's like the only other nerdy kid, and
Uh-huh.
so the three nerdy kids hung
Hung out at
played
church.
Legos and Star Wars
Yep.
and
It
shit.
was so much fun.
That's what's up. It's
It was a
hey.
good childhood. For
And
sure.
then throughout high school, since we, like you said, we didn't go to we went to different high schools, so we didn't really hang out. And then we started a band back in junior year. Oh, I was a junior.
Yeah, I
no,
was a sophomore. Well, was I?
you were a
was-
junior. I was a senior.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, was this a rock band
Yeah, like
in the garage?
metal. I mean, we ended up we toured the nation and shit.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we played in
Yeah, we-
Kansas City and Denver and shit.
We had two
No
tours last
way.
year, last spring, yeah.
And do y'all still do that?
No.
No.
Oh,
Not with
man.
that band, sadly.
I mean, that's a
that's a story.
that's a
right
fucking
there.
story.
Tell us something. Anything that it's you both shared that moment. It was like, I can't believe we did that today.
Okay.
For me, it's definitely got to be when we played Brighton.
Brighton. So
Brighton, Colorado. was
Brighton, Colorado
the craziest show that we've ever played.
is a suburb
Okay.
of Denver. It's like 10 miles out.
It's a little
south.
like unincorporated village
And
almost.
so, to tell a big story kind of short, the first day of our tour, these dudes that we had met before in a band, because we always used to go to the Unity Center. I used to
Uh-huh.
work at the Unity Center,
Okay.
doing shows and stuff, and I met some dudes through there, and they needed a show, so we were having a show in Hobbs, and we're like, oh, just hop on our show, like, we don't care, we'll just give you the door, it doesn't matter. And, because we were a fucking hour from home.
Yeah, don't matter.
But, so, because we gave them that show, they added a show for us where they're from, in Brighton, like, at the end of the tour, and So we go, and it's at a place called The Hangars, right? And so we drive to Brighton, fucking Colorado, and it looks approximately like Vaughn.
Yeah,
And we're like, what
it's
the
the
hell?
middle of
This
fucking
blows.
nowhere.
There's like one Taco Bell.
There is a
At least there's a Taco Bell.
There was a
there was
Taco
Taco
I mean-
Bell.
That's some good Mexican food.
At least it's something.
I'll have a part for the end of the story about that shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
There was like a monastery within eye shot and earshot of the venue.
yeah, it was super weird. So
It was cool, though.
So first we drive through the city, and then we're driving, and it says it's like 20 minutes away further. And we're like, what the fuck? And we
What?
drive, and then we come over this hill, and there's 2 airplane hangars. And we're like, okay, it's called the fucking hangars.
Well, the
That's gotta be
hangars,
it.
that's
So
gotta be it.
we drive up, and the guys get out, and it's apparently like a bunch of hippie dudes lived at it. It's pretty cool.
It was real
And so
cool.
they get out, and we thought like the hangar, one of the airplane hangars, would be the venue. Like that's gonna be cool as shit. And then there's a shack in between them.
That's the venue.
Oh,
fucking shack.
dang.
But no, so we're sitting there chilling with these hippie dudes, whatever, having a good time. And it said the show starts at 8, and it was like 7, and we were just sitting there, and there was like us and like the 4 other bands playing, and like our friends, and we're just like looking around, and we're like, dude, this is gonna suck ass. Like there's no people.
There's
and
no
then
one here.
like I swear, as soon as I said that, people started driving in, and then it was like you could walk around the venue because there were so many cars, and like we were the headlining band, and no one had heard of us, but
Yeah.
we knew like some of the local bands, so we just asked the right local bands, and like by the time we played, we were in like a room, I don't even know,
About 50.
50 square feet, like a
Yeah.
big garage, right? And it was just like jam packed full to where when I was singing, like I couldn't even move. And it was so cool. And like we played like a genre called hardcore. It's like really intense rock, basically, and like there's like mosh pits and shit, and like people were getting like bodily injured to
It
just
was
some fucking
so
guys
cool.
from Roswell, New Mexico. Come out
That's
and
freaking dope,
4
though,
peaks
bro.
from Roswell.
Hey, man. That's a memory, though, dude.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
get
it
to
was a
live-
blast.
So we were like halfway through our set, and we all listened to the same music. And if these kids, all these guys came to see our show, they're all dressed like us, have like the same band merch as us. Like we all listen to the same music. So there's this band called Kublai Khan, and they have a song called The Hammer. And like basically, if you listen to hardcore, every single person knows the song The Hammer. And so like it was like halfway through our set, and they like weren't really with it like yet. And so I just like looked at Hank, and Hank was like,
Hank's our guitarist.
Yeah.
Or was our guitarist.
play the hammer. And then we played the hammer, and then it was like
Boom.
somebody turned the lights on. Like it just
it
turned
was
into hell.
Insane.
It was so cool. That was by far the coolest part.
So that was y'all's rock star moment right there.
Without a doubt,
That was it.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
And then
That's pretty sick.
then we got recommended to go to a Mexican food restaurant after, and well, it just.
It was disappointing.
I'm from New Mexico. You can't call Colorado Mexican food to a New Mexican.
I love
No.
Colorado, but that green chili is.
Well, no, they
It ain't
should have
the same.
taken you somewhere like more common for them,
It was just
like a burger joint or
yeah.
something like that.
Oh no, man!
They were like, "You're from New
Colorado is the
Mexico, we
best
got you."
green chili.
Nah.
Yeah, they're like, oh yeah, there's this fire Mexican place. It stays open all late. And we're like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Literally, we ate
It's
it.
like midnight. Let's go.
We all hated it, and we all went to Taco Bell after.
Yeah.
it.
And you were
We
like,
hated it.
"Yeah, Taco
We're like,
Bell."
Bell's always the same.
Wow, how blast freeze, man.
Give me some of that fire sauce and some of that green sauce, and I'm opening a bowl.
Oh,
Yeah, at
I
least
miss that
that's
green
hot,
sauce.
you know. At least that's semi good.
Oh yeah.
All their burritos were like wet and shit. It was so
Oh,
fucking gross.
man, that is super
I
disappointing.
mean, the
man.
soda and stuff at that first place we went to is pretty good.
Oh, but not just the one thing is that anybody ever goes to Denver, best pizza in America is in Denver at a place called Bojo's.
Where's that
It'll
at?
change you.
Where?
There's
In
5
Denver,
locations.
Colorado?
Yeah, there's 5 locations in Denver.
In Denver.
Huh,
Yeah.
we'll probably be going to Denver soon again. I've been there
Oh,
already,
yeah.
what, twice?
We went
Been
twice
twice
last year.
already last year.
You be ready, dude.
I love Denver. I
Dude,
love
it's a
Colorado,
beautiful
man.
place.
It's a
It's-
very
it's
beautiful,
beautiful.
place.
Crazy.
When you go to Bojo's, don't eat anything else that day.
Why?
Just save it. Just so you can
It's-
eat as much as you physically can in that motherfucker.
It's a buffet.
so good.
It's
No, I love Colorado, man. I've been there a few times already, and it's like I have yet to get tired of it.
Oh, yeah.
There's always shit. to
Like
do.
I've been to Dallas so many times. I'm like, I'm done with like Texas. I've been to Houston, San Antonio,
Yeah.
Dallas,
I'm not Texas guy.
and I'm just
Yeah.
like, Colorado, man, it's
Yeah, that's-
beautiful.
it
like
is.
even
That's
just
fun.
the
Denver,
scenery.
Colorado is like going to Houston, but it's always winter. and the traffic's cut in half.
Yes, very so much so.
Houston's traffic was hell. I went there like
Houston's
3 months ago.
horrible. Like, as soon as you get to San Antonio, it starts getting horrible.
Yeah.
Humidity's bad, everything's bad, and then it just gets worse.
I don't remember Houston very much.
Houston was cool.
I was.
But Denver was by far probably. I went to Colorado Springs probably a year before I went to Denver, and I loved Colorado Springs. Like they got what is it called? Mountain of Gods or something like that.
Oh yeah,
It's like a.
We went there on that trip in high school.
Shit.
Oh fuck. It's like called like the Fingers of the Gods or
Something
Something like that,
something-
where they
yeah,
got a
something-
bunch of trails.
Yeah.
Like
you got
it's
the weird rocks and shit.
Yeah, it's just like I love that place. So I definitely understand where y'all are coming from. Plus, you guys had an experience I have not had ever. So that's pretty dope.
And
Man.
nobody else will ever have it because the hangars is closed as fuck.
And that
So
was like
what-
the last Vegas show.
I was gonna say, what ended up with you guys? What happened? Like, did y'all just think it was time to call it?
So without hitting anybody with shade or getting into some fucked up shit, we went to go on our big tour, like, cause that was in March.
That was in March and April. yeah.
March, and then in August we were supposed to go on a almost 3-week tour and go to
Okay.
California and everything.
Okay.
And the vehicle we went to take was not prepared, and
We were told
Should
it
have
was
been.
prepared.
And it just screwed
And it
the
was
whole
not.
thing up.
day one, 2
Yeah.
hours into the drive, we were driving to El Paso. We
Uh-huh.
passed the border checkpoint in
Yeah.
Alamogordo, and the fucking thing breaks down. And then it got fixed,
Fixed.
and then we were
We ended up just hanging out at my parents' house for the week.
because he
Up
lives in
Rito,
Rito,
so
so.
Oh,
that was a fun week.
yeah.
Yeah, that was cool because there was another band in the vehicle with us, so we were stranded at his fancy ass mountain house with all of our friends.
All of
So
our friends.
we had like a 4-day slumber party with all
Yeah.
the boys.
We just played Call
Hey,
of Duty.
sometimes
went
that's just the
hiking.
way it goes,
I
you
mean,
know?
that part was cool, but then we all came back. We had to take a couple shows off, and then for it to get fixed, and
Because
then
we were gonna go like all throughout the Midwest, make this huge
go to
loop from
Chicago.
Utah,
and
California.
it was gonna be so cool, but
It was gonna be awesome.
But then the next day we take off to go again. It's a 2-hour drive to pass Alamogordo, right? 2 fucking hours. As soon as we hit Amarillo and hit this fucking overpass, motherfucker breaks down again.
Why didn't y'all just rent a van?
Oh, we were broke as shit.
Oh, dude. Oh man, dude. As soon, maybe if it was a different emotional climate, it would have been different. But as soon as that thing sputtered out on the top of that overpass, me and Garrett are just
We were just seething. We were so pissed off.
Yeah, I would have been pissed if that was the second time. Because,
Yeah.
like you say, fool
happened
me once,
4 days before.
shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on
Yeah.
me. So, yeah,
We
that
ended
second
up-
time was
We were
We
so
called
pissed
my
off.
homie.
What fucking sucks?
We called my homie, and we obviously had like a trailer getting pulled by our
We had
our big SUV that we were
we
taking.
had equipment for 2 bands.
So I called my homie as a truck down here, and I was like, "Bro, just come fucking pick us up. We're coming the fuck home. Fuck the tour. Fuck the band." And then I
You're
mean,
done. You're
yeah.
just done.
Yeah, the fool just said, fuck all y'all. I'm taking my guitar, my
I'm
drum
taking
set.
my stuff. You do whatever you want with your stuff. We're done.
we
The Beatles is all over again.
What was y'all band's name?
rivalry.
Okay, respect.
That's what's up, man.
Y'all have rivals? Or is his name
Actually,
that shit?
we named the band because he had a different name. What was the name originally?
Oh, fuck.
Because I joked, like, him and Hank were going to start a band, and they needed a
What was it
vocalist.
called?
And I was like, "Oh, I'll join."
Slave to Society.
Slave to Society was the
Fuck
first
yeah,
name,
dude.
and I was like,
Butt
That
rock
shit's not
dad
hard.
band.
he's like, "Do you want to try to start a band?" And I was like, "Yeah." Condition 1, different fucking name. That
Yeah.
name sucks. And then
I thought it was dope.
I thought it was pretty sick too.
And then-
That shit sounds hard.
there was a stack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards next to me, and I just started looking through them, and one was called Rivalry. And I was like,
Rivalry of Warlords.
yeah. So I was like,
We're like,
I was like,
rivalry.
Google the word rivalry band, and there was no band called Rivalry. Boom, there you go.
There it was. It was history in the making.
Yep.
It was
Oh, yeah.
history that
You were
was-
traveling to Denver.
Yep.
That was what, 2015?
We haven't the band started yet.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. That's an experience you guys are gonna remember forever now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll never forget.
That's-
Right in Colorado.
So how did you get where you're at now? You guys have a podcast.
What's it called? 3 on
3 on 1.
3 on
3 on
1.
1? That's what
What does that mean?
So earlier this year, I think it was in April.
This is May.
It was in May.
Okay.
So we were. It used to be 3 of us. It used to be me, him, and our friend Clay.
Okay.
And he didn't want to do it anymore. But when we first started, we would always hang out with the boys, and we would like. I've always loved to watch movies that just suck.
Okay.
And like you watch it with the boys, drink some, and just talk shit about the stupid fucking
You just
movie,
have a
right?
Right,
Like
right.
you watch 50 Shades of Grey or some shit, and just make fun of it. The whole
You're
time.
just drunk off
So-
your ass, making fun of it the whole time. It's
Our
so
friends
funny.
would always like hit us up and be like, "Yo, do you want to watch another bad movie or whatever?" And like, we realized that like our homies like liked to do it, and then so I just kind
Hey,
of
that's what's up.
when we were doing it, I just kind of noticed that me, him, and Clay were like the funny ones, like talking shit the whole time, and so I just like I was like, "Yo, what if we like did a podcast and like we like drink while watching the movie, and then right after the movie ends, we turn on the microphones and just like talk shit on the terrible fucking movie we just watched." And that was what was the first one? The first one was
The fucking Bye Bye Man.
so
What's
Fuck
that?
that movie.
okay. So first off, explain like where you live and your job, just so this tone can be said.
So, I live up in Ruidoso. Well, I live in Alto, New Mexico.
Okay.
Right outside of Ruidoso. So, I run a cabinetry and granite shop in Ruidoso. So I have my own storefront that
Because if you know Roswell Campbell Construction, that builds like everything, that's his dad.
that's my dad.
Oh,
So
really?
he's
Yeah.
Campbell Cabinets of Granite.
Yeah, it's called Campbell and Son. So I'm a
He's
son.
and son.
I'm and son. So we have a little storefront up there, and when did we decide to do it? It was like midnight. It was after midnight. It was hella late. So we go out middle of downtown Ruidoso, pitch
First
black.
off, it needs to be precursed that
Yeah.
we had gone to drink at the casino
Yep.
and drink at Farley's and went back to his house and drank while watching the movie.
And
then
drink
we
in the
went
hot
back to
tub.
his cabinet shop and drank in the hot tub.
We also
I
drank in the
forgot
hot
about
tub. Can't forget that.
So
Yeah.
it is a-
There was a lot of drinking.
It is
There's
a
a lot of
sauced up
drinking.
evening. You can hear it in my fucking voice when you
It's-
listen to that one.
For whatever reason, we also decided to record vocals that night.
Oh yeah, we started a new like little side project band. It hasn't really gotten up running yet, but probably because when I recorded vocals, I was like fucking on the microphone like.
It's like slurring every word.
Dang.
We ended up having to
I can't
redo
do
it
it.
like totally because
Yeah.
it sounded like shit.
But yeah.
I'm about to throw up on the mic. Oh, damn.
And we did that before we
did
recorded the
podcast,
podcast.
yeah. So we
But-
watched the Bye
I
Bye
need to hang out
Man.
with y'all more.
Welcome to, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
So we were just out there at my shop at like 1 a.m. out in downtown Ruidoso, just screaming into 2 microphones.
So I even since day one, when I listened to my favorite podcast, last podcast on the left, there's 3 guys. There's Marcus is like the main he's the guy who does all the research, tells the story, and then so there's 2 other guys who just like talk to him about what he's saying. You know, like he sets it up, they riff about it, and so I was just like, I'm the only person who, if we get drunk, I'm still gonna just be able to keep going. I can go forever. So I was like, I'm just gonna take the notes. So I had already seen Bye Bye Man before. I hated it so much, and so I was just
So
taking
bad.
notes about all the shit that sucks the whole time. So by the time it had been 2 hours and we were like ready to go, I still had my notes, and like Clay was so drunk that he was barely in
He
the
was a
episode.
monster.
But it's basically like. The first one sucked so bad, so we called it episode 0, so it doesn't count as the first one. But,
We should have done that with Daniel.
That one.
Because our first episode sucked too.
yeah, but
Shout out to Daniel. Yo, we always we shout out about every video.
I guess Daniel sucks.
Hey, but he's like one of our like top 5 view videos. But I mean,
Yeah,
we shout him out all the time, so we're good.
so yeah.
To be fair,
Clout.
when we first uploaded it, the first thing we uploaded it to was just YouTube,
Uh-huh.
and the Bye Bye Man episode is like way literally you could take all the other episodes on YouTube combined, and the Bye Bye Man has way more.
That's
It's like
more
1,000 or something.
Yeah.
No
That one-
way.
yeah, I don't know why. I'm just like literally screaming the whole time.
Clay and I are sharing a mic because I talk about this volume the whole time. And Clay's just like this the whole time. He says like 3 words the entire episode. 'Cause
And
he's
as you can tell,
almost passed out.
my voice kind of just booms.
Yeah.
Almost
That's
all
kind
the
of how
time.
I am too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Clay because I don't really. I have a soft voice, and I'm just like.
Oh, yeah.
If we were talking about last podcast, you are the guy, Ben Kissel.
Mhm.
Ben Kissel has a low voice like yours and only pitches it every once in a while. But when he pitches something in, it's
So
the funniest
fucking
thing of the
funny.
whole.
That's this fool. That's exactly this fool.
I say some funny shit.
But yeah, no. So we kept doing it with Clay. We had one time. So it was, originally you asked the question was, why is it called 3 on 1?
Right.
And it was just because it was 3 guys
Three of us
talking about one shit.
topic.
Oh, okay.
And so we had a guest, our friend Felix, and so it was 4 on 1 basically for that one. But
That was a rough episode.
and then we didn't do it for like.
It was about a month and a half.
Yeah, our
2 months.
scheduling was
Yeah,
just
our
all
schedule
fucked
was
up
so fucked.
since he lives out of town, and so we just didn't do it for like a few months, and then when we went to do it again, Clay just didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were like, "Fuck it, keep it 3 on 1, and we're just gonna have a different guest
Every
week.
time.
every
Yeah.
time to watch the movie with us."
Okay. Makes a lot of sense. So you only review bad movies.
Okay, so we've done movies we like. We specifically like to do shitty horror movies,
Okay.
just because that's the funniest.
Yeah.
Well, I would agree because no offense, I am not. I simply don't watch horror movies just because of the fact is the anticipation's always there that you know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's never scary. Like
See,
he was saying
I
last
bet
night.
you would watch one with us if you know it's fucking gonna suck.
Yeah.
And you're
Yeah,
gonna laugh and
exactly.
talk
I
shit
would be
about
like,
it.
I'm like this. Like you just know when someone's gonna die or
Exactly.
get caught up in something.
Every slash movie's gonna end the
That's
exact
right.
he
same.
said though
Everyone
last
knows
night.
Bro, The Grudge, I was on the top of my chair yelling, screaming, almost pissing my pants, scared.
Oh,
What?
the Grudge just came out, right?
Yeah, I was shitting, bro.
Okay,
Jeez.
see, I would have to watch it and be like, I probably still think this sucks.
Matt and Devin were like, oh, it's not scary.
No.
Me and my homie Bear Kaiser were over there crying, holding each other in fetal positions, bro.
This motherfucker needs to watch Hereditary.
Yes.
No, I did with that little girl that's like,
Bro, I don't
it wasn't that good.
Joel, I don't give a fuck what you say. Towards the end, when the kid gets out of bed and his mom is in the fucking corner of the ceiling,
Oh, yeah,
I was
yeah.
literally in the like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, there were some parts in there, but it wasn't even still then. Like I could watch it at night by myself,
Fuck no.
surround sound going, and I'm just like, it's not.
You're supposed to
I
watch it
just
with
don't. I
headphones
skip
on and
it.
shit.
I just
Like,
skip
God
it.
damn.
I'm just like, I'm not gonna watch these scary movies because it's just simply not scary. But you're right. I get it. It's easier to make fun of a horror movie that you know is just not
Yeah,
gonna
like,
be
if
good.
y'all just saw, like, earlier this year, La Llorona came out,
Yeah.
I didn't watch
it
it.
That
sucks
was-
huge dong. And so,
It did.
sometimes
It wasn't
too,
even that scary.
No.
I hate jump scares. I'm a bitch with jump scares.
Same.
Okay.
Same.
But
There
it
you
was
go.
not good.
sometime
It was
soon,
shit.
you'll have us on your podcast, we'll have you on ours.
That's
we'll watch
fair.
fucking La Llorona.
Whatever.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'll be
crying little
it'll be
bitch.
just like fucking Bye Bye
So,
Birdie.
okay,
God, that
I
crying bitch sucked that whole movie, bro. Stop. And then she just grabs something. Like, it's so
Oh, like,
stupid, bro.
the dude from Training Day, the priest,
Oh, yeah.
he like isn't in the whole like first half of the movie, and then he just comes fucking kicking La Llorona's ass.
Okay, so
He's a surprise motherfucker.
answer me this. Since they suck so bad, what would be your suggestion to make it good? Not a specific movie, but how do you make a scary movie actually scary? Is it more of like, to me, this is my opinion, I want your opinion, but my suggestion would be more of like the high dramatic like music
Yeah,
that
take away
Yeah,
that
just
shit.
music
take it
is
away
at least
and let
50%.
it be more spontaneous, like completely out of nowhere.
You know how
You
like
couldn't have said it better, because have you ever, maybe you, since you like horror, have you seen The Woman in Black?
no. Oh yeah, I did.
Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
See, exactly what you're saying. The Woman in Black is scary as
So
Fuck,
scary.
yeah, that's
because there's no music
Okay.
in the whole
The
movie.
entire
And so,
movie.
so when he's like walking through this big old scary house,
Uh-huh.
all you can hear is like his footsteps on the floor, and like candles will go out, and you can hear the candle go out and shit.
You know the
That movie's
Okay,
scary.
You know
as
the
shit.
movie's kind of like that. This bitch is dead in the fucking. I don't even know what it's called. It's like the morgue or some shit. It was like it's on Netflix. I watched that shit. Was scary as fuck.
Oh,
And they like cut her up.
Autopsy of Jane
Yeah,
Doe.
that's
Yeah.
fucking
that
scarier
was a
than
pretty
fuck.
decent movie.
Oh,
That shit was scarier than fuck.
When
Until-
she's like in the that girl's like the security guard. There's a security guard involved, right?
Yeah.
And she's new there.
No.
It's the.
Oh no!
You're thinking of something else.
Movies are called stupid shit. He's saying Autopsy of Jane Doe. You're saying a movie called like Autopsy of fucking Morgan Lowe. Some shit. Who cares what her name is?
There's a
But-
lot of.
I just feel like they're all
Autopsy
just
of.
yes.
Yeah,
The
literally.
Autopsy of Jane Doe is scarier than
That
fuck,
one's
bro.
real.
Literally, the movie
real
you're
scary.
talking about is definitely somebody went to a film festival and saw Autopsy of Jane Doe, and they're like, "Let's just make one real quick. It'll come out before that movie comes out."
Real quick.
Bro, that
we can
shit-
do
I feel like that's what happens
Yes, it
is
was.
with horror movies. They're just like really quick production, and it's just like
That's why I love Hereditary, because like I mean you can say what you want, it might not have been scary, but like the story, there is no other movie.
No, you're right.
Anything
It
like
was
that story.
weird. It was weird
No, it
more than
was.
scary.
Yeah, why'd the mom cut her head off?
I don't
get
know.
it.
And then like at the end when they're like in the treehouse,
Treehouse,
all
yeah,
that
with
stuff
Damon.
going on, I'm like, what is going
That
on
visual-
here?
that
I'm like,
visual's
it's
terrifying.
a cult and it's a trip.
He had
I'm
to
like,
see his mom and his grandma naked. That's the scariest fucking part.
Now, that's
That's
some fucking
wrong.
scary movies I can put you on, bro. That's
I'm down.
scary
Like I said,
stuff.
I don't get scared. Like
I'm a bitch,
like the
but I like
Ouija
scary
board
movies.
movie
Same,
is
same,
like
same,
whatever.
Of all, I mean, there are. So everybody has their things that they're like really into.
Mhm.
You know, if I had to say like, all right, let me think of my like 4.
For what?
Like anything, like the stuff that
Just
you're like.
top movies?
Like
anything,
no,
like-
this is like the things that you're like really into. Like there's
Okay.
people who like all they do is watch fucking NFL, right?
Okay.
So like if I had mine,
Okay.
it's wrestling that's not WWE because I love to watch wrestling. I watch wrestling all throughout the week, but I don't watch WWE.
Well, hold on. Explain yourself then.
Okay,
I'm not
so
sure.
Like
man.
Lucha Libres and shit like
So like
that.
Okay.
yeah, Lucha Underground
Yeah,
is my
yeah,
favorite
yeah,
wrestling
fire
of all
shit.
time.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
I can relate to this shit. This is
So
hard.
New Japan Pro Wrestling is like the only company that exists besides this new company called AEW, but whatever.
Okay.
But New Japan is the only thing that's been going as long as WWE that like is it any rival at all because it's set in Japan, and in Japan they treat wrestling as like a sport.
Oh, okay.
So like they can sell out giant arenas and shit for wrestling matches,
right.
and they do like the way it's filmed and like choreographed. You know, it's made to look like a sport instead. Like when the dudes get hit, they're like taking fucking hits and
They're
they're like getting all
taking real
bloody
hits.
and fucked up. And it's way more athletic and like
Yeah.
when you watch. I'm sure you watched WWE back in the day.
I used to watch WWF
Perfect.
back when like Mankind and like the Undertaker would get it like Hell in the Cell.
Exact-
Oh, yeah.
Perfect example.
Oh, yeah.
So you know how Mankind almost every single week would come out and he'd like talk for 30 minutes.
That's
and, like
true.
talk shit.
It
whatever.
kind of got. That's what I felt like it
That-
turned into, like
yeah.
a soap
Yeah.
opera.
That's why I say fuck WWE right now.
Okay.
Like, if you try to watch it, for one, it's for kids now. New Japan is not for kids.
No.
The rating system
Fuck
in
no.
Japan is different.
Okay.
So like they say, like the bad guys will be like "fuck you" and shit, and like there will be like they can do moves that you're not allowed to do in WWE because like that guy Daniel Bryan broke his neck,
Right.
and when he broke his neck, they banned pile drivers,
Oh
and so
man.
they do crazy pile drivers in Japan. That's fucked up, but anyway.
God, you never see this shit.
No, I didn't
It's
even know it was
fucking
like
wild.
different. I guess
No,
I'm not very cultural.
When we're done with this, I'll show you some shit.
There's some
But,
shit, bro. Yeah.
Okay.
that shit
But
crazy.
they there's not like the talking shit. Like
Okay.
they do it like if it's really important. Like these guys have fought a bunch of times. Now they go to fucking end their rivalry, so they'll talk
Okay.
shit to each other. But so it's more like UFC, where like they do all the story is told when they fight
Okay,
instead of like
fair
they talk
enough.
shit. So that's what I like, and it's funny because I'm wearing a Sammy Callahan shirt. Who is from what he said earlier? As soon as I said I like wrestling, it's not WWE, he said Lucha, and Lucha Underground
Those fools
was
are
a
crazy.
company from
Yes,
like
they are.
Fucking crazy.
2012 to 2017. They were
Okay.
like true underground, brutal, intense, but really acrobatic wrestling. It's
Uh-huh.
really cool, like really like Eddie Guerrero shit. Like it's like if everyone was Eddie Guerrero. But
Dang.
there's this Sammy Callahan called him the Lucha Death Machine because he was like the anti-lucha guy. Like he didn't wrestle like them, and he would just like punch you in the face, or like
So
like you
it's
go to do a
Stone
flip,
Cold.
and he just gonna take a baseball bat, and hit you with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that's the shit I like. Like that's that and whiskey
Okay.
and movies. Those are like
Those are your three
my
like
things.
your things to do. What are your three things to do?
My 3 things. Music.
Okay.
Love playing music. Love listening to music. Rum.
I knew you were gonna say fucking Bacardi.
I
You
love-
fuck. You fuck.
Bacardi is my favorite. Bacardi
Nasty
Limon.
You can give this motherfucker like the best whiskey. I can pull go to my house, get the small batch, fucking 4 Roses, fancy shit, give it and be like, oh no, give me my Bacardi Gold. Fucking dickhead. Bacardi Gold.
Bacardi Superior. Thank you very much.
Bacardi Gold. I didn't even know they made it gold.
Excuse me, I know it's Bacardi Limon. You definitely took a shot of Bacardi Limon right before we drove up.
Yes, I did.
I respect it. Should brought it in.
And
Oh, don't worry, buddy. My name is Bryce Davis. You think I walk anywhere in the world without whiskey with me, brother? There you go.
No,
I don't even know what it was. I just tried it right before. It's all right.
It's all right.
My third, video games.
Oh, that's a good one.
Bryce can attest. I've been playing video games for.
Yeah. I was
How old
really.
am I? 21. I've been playing them for 16 years.
I was
15 years?
vehemently into video games all throughout high school, but when I went to college, had fucking better stuff to do.
Yeah, brother.
Yes, you're right, huh?
Yeah, rock and roll. I mean,
What are your three?
yeah, fuck yeah.
Let's hear your three.
Sports, anything sports, that's definitely on my list. My podcast now,
Oh yeah.
that's super important. And dang, I don't know.
Probably God.
Yeah, I guess my relationship with God.
Cool.
Those are my three things.
That's
Now, what's your three things?
I love a podcast, bro. I love Disney movies. That's the only movies I like to watch, bro. Only
What's your favorite Disney movie?
Come on, man. Really?
Lion King.
I got a tattoo on me,
Okay.
man. Come on.
I figured.
Or Stitch.
man.
I like Lilo and Stitch.
Fuck
too.
Lalo Rona.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is the best setup. So when we do a movie with you two guys, it has to be a Disney movie because it's so much better if I'm hating on a movie one of the people likes.
Oh,
Yeah,
If you're
yeah.
arguing with me,
I'm
it's so
fucking-
funny.
And then
It's
obviously,
so sad.
obviously my third is sneakers.
Shoes.
Sneakers. I love
Oh, yeah.
sneakers.
Yeah, those are all
Yeah.
things that do fit you very
That's
well.
my shit, bro.
Oh yeah.
I like tattoos too, so I'll probably put tattoos in my boots too.
Only got one
He
right
did
there.
say 4 earlier,
But yeah, I do
but we
tattoos.
switched
I
to
fuck
3.
with tattoos.
When we were in Colorado for that show, we were there for 3 days and we had one show. We just wanted to have our days off in Colorado.
Right.
And
I got my first tattoo.
you got
there.
a tattoo when we were just walking around.
What'd you get?
I got a fly from one of my favorite album art from one of my favorite records.
Oh,
Band
okay.
called Kingmaker.
Oh,
Stay
nice.
Stay Asleep. Best record they ever put out.
Damn, I
That
got
will
tatted
fight
in
you
Denver
on
too.
that.
That's
We got tatted the last
Try to
time.
fight me, you're gonna
Wait,
lose,
no,
bud.
not the last time we were there.
Nah, I
the
was
time
tatted.
before
I
that.
got tatted in Denver.
Oh yeah.
Got an angel on my leg.
Oh yeah.
Oh, holy fuck.
Yeah, I got that bitch.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, I got that.
Dude, I don't know why, but when I see hyper realistic tattoos on skin, somebody it like really creeps me out. Like
wanna
the
see
way
a
that
face? You
the
wanna
way
see-
that
you
the
wanna
way
see
like
a
the
face?
angel looks, it's like
I got-
spooky when it's written on skin.
There you go, bro.
Whoa.
And that's cool as shit.
That's
I
sick.
got a face too, bro.
I like that.
That's super
Damn.
So
sick.
yeah, I got a lot of good shit, man.
I just have.
You gonna show your skull?
Is it on your ass?
Nah, I'm not gonna drop trout. I have.
Yeah, we gotta keep
I am.
so PG.
Towards in February, I'm gonna get a big tattoo across my back for my grandfather that passed away,
Okay.
and I got a tattoo on my thigh to see if I could handle the tattoo.
How'd you do?
I mean, it's fine. I mean, it sucks and it's gonna suck, but it's not like.
It's not
Please stop.
undoable.
Yeah, I just sat there.
like-
You should have got one on the bone, bro. Cause
Oh no, I made sure to get it because it goes all right
the
here,
bone fucking
so I
hurts.
get it
What'd
pushed
you
into the
get?
meat. It is a skull on fire. I literally walked in and I was like, bro, let me see your sheets. And he just like gave me a binder and I just went through. I was like, that one's cool. Tattoo that on my leg.
He
And
drank.
did he ask you like anything? Like have you had a tattoo before?
Yeah, it's our friend.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
Then
our buddy
it-
Casey.
Our
he would have
homie-
been doing what he would have did your face if you asked.
Our homie. Our homie we were talking about earlier, Hank.
Yeah.
He's like all tattoos, and like half of his have been done by that guy. So I was like, if anybody's gonna do my big one for Papa, it's
Love
gonna be Casey.
Oh,
Love you,
no.
Casey.
There you go.
Shout out Casey at Heart and Dagger Tattoo in Odessa, the man.
So I want to ask you guys review movies, bad movies,
Yeah.
but you gotta love some type of movies in order to even like to do what you do. What are? Give me your 2 top movies. 2 movies you could watch multiple times, or you would recommend somebody to watch. Like you're just like that's my movie.
Okay. I'm gonna do you one. I'm gonna do you one better.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you his, and he'll tell you mine, because I can tell you his right now.
He can.
His
Okay.
is Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith
Guilty.
Okay.
and fucking Hot Rod.
Guilty.
Hot rod?
Both fire.
Love Hot Rod.
Ah, that's interesting.
Oh, dude, don't make me. You don't fucking.
I know yours is
Oh, you got
dry.
those eyes like you're about to hate on Hot Rod, dude. That's blasphemy.
Hot Rod.
It's with the old fuckers, eh?
No, that's Wild Hogs.
That's Wild
Oh,
Hogs.
I was like, y'all like that shit?
No, Hot Rod, dude. It's
The
fucking
Lonely Island.
Andy Samberg, dude. The Lonely Island movie. That movie's funny
Never
as
heard of it
fuck.
then.
What a shitty stuntman. It's
What's
hilarious.
your favorite
So
movies?
funny. Drive.
Yep.
Obviously Drive. And then, you know, it's kind of tough.
It's kind of fluctuating.
It
So
kinda
you're probably
fluctuates.
going to be right no matter what.
I mean, Pulp Fiction, that's always been up there for
there
you.
you go. That'll work.
That's usually on everybody's like 10.
If you like movies,
Yeah, if you like
that
10,
movie, that's
that's-
a great movie.
There's
Okay.
10 movies. That's one of the 10.
And what was it?
Pulp Fiction?
You ever seen Pulp Fiction?
Quentin Tarantino's second
If
movie.
you got like 2 hours to spare, you can. It's
Yeah,
not
I'm
2
good, bro.
hours.
I already said about I think
I mean,
No, it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's absolutely it's Quentin Tarantino's best movie. That's not even a question.
For sure.
Like,
My top 2 movies.
Yeah.
I'm a Jurassic Park person, but like
Yeah.
the original.
The original,
Like
yeah.
I'm not with the world.
if you're gonna say Jurassic Park Fallen World or something,
yeah,
that
whatever.
movie
Not,
blows dumb.
yeah, I'm more of a classic Jurassic Park, and
Oh, yeah.
I am a fan of Friday.
That's
I am
that's a really good one.
Friday, and if I were to throw some other one, probably like Friday Night Lights, something along.
That's a really good one.
Varsity Blues, bro. I watched Varsity Blues
That
like
is a
3
good
days
movie, too.
ago.
You know, I haven't watched that movie in a long ass time.
That movie's 100%.
And it's
holds up.
funny, and it's like everything's involved in that movie. I
Yeah.
feel like there's good, there's bad, there's sad, there's happy.
Ooh, perfect little segue to give you a little, like the kind of things I would take a note on. I took a note and texted it to Gare. We weren't doing it for the podcast or anything. I was just watching the movie and it like kicked on. So do you remember like the kind of like the plot? Like the main dude,
Yeah,
the dude gets injured,
right,
so the main guy has to be the quarterback now.
right.
And so the old quarterback's girlfriend tries to get with this
Seduce him.
dude, right?
Yeah,
And so he was dating the old quarterback's girlfriend. I mean, oh, that was weird. Sister, right? So it's the dude's sister, and she says, "Did she try to seduce you with the whipped cream trick? Because that's what she did to Lance." And I was like,
how does he know
I
that?
was just like, why the fuck would his sister know
Yeah.
that? What the fuck? He just like walks into his house. Is like, dude, I just fucking licked whipped cream off of a lady just now, sis. I was like, you feel.
That is weird, but they are like redneck-ish.
I like how
That's true.
So everybody,
I'm just saying.
everybody in a fucking football town in Texas, them and their sisters too close.
Yes, they are.
What movie is this? It's like
Varsity-
marking off my list. I've never watched.
No, it's actually a good movie.
Amazing.
It
Varsity
really
Blues
is
is
a good
good.
I don't know
It's a
why
good
is they making it sound nice.
See, I do my-
It says football news.
See,
Let's stop.
that's half of the point. So when we're doing the podcast, if we talk about a movie and it's bad, you should be able to listen to the podcast and not ever watch that fucking movie.
Yep.
But if it's good, we should convince you that you should watch the movie.
We've only done
See,
a couple of
I
episodes.
seen y'all
on good
did
movies.
Marvels or Endgame. I don't remember which one.
So we
Yeah.
did an episode individually on Endgame, and then our friend came from Hobbs, Caleb, and he collects like all the Marvel shit, has all the Marvel movies, and like
He loves
like
Marvel.
reads all the comics and shit. So he like is super informed. So when he came, I was like, "Fuck, watching a movie with you. We're gonna." And then it was a 2-part episode. It was like 4 hours, but
Hey,
Such
that's
a
what's
long
up. That's
career.
content.
I pulled out a list. I pulled out a list of all 23 or whatever
Yeah.
Marvel movies, and we like talked about the entire thing.
Like the
just kind of
series.
went through them quick.
Oh, okay.
We were so drunk.
Oh, by the
I
end
was
of
gonna
it,
say
by the
that
end of it,
sounds
you-
like an elaborate discussion.
yeah. I mean,
It was a blast.
It goes.
That's some of the most fun.
What,
things
what
I've
would you
recorded.
rate the series of all of that? Like the entire from beginning to end on a scale of 1 to 10.
fucking 6.
So what would
low
you
as shit.
what would you rate the Star Wars?
Oh man.
Because someone's got to be the cream of the crop.
Okay.
Bryce and I differ on opinions on Star Wars.
So to say
Quite
on
a
both,
bit.
I would actually put them almost exactly even. So because Marvel has so much content that half of it sucks ass.
There are
Yeah.
a few movies like that are just like I'm not a fan of
we
it,
didn't
but
need a second.
kind of
man.
need it. Well, yeah, that's
In
it.
a vacuum, there are some of them that are very good.
Absolutely.
Like if we're talking about just superhero movies, Infinity War, Endgame, Iron Man 1,
First Iron Man is
And
incredible.
Thor.
Infinity War was probably one of my favorite out of it all.
For sure.
Just
Yeah.
because of like the whole.
That's the best movie in the series.
I felt like that
Yeah.
was it. Because that game was
I
kind of
don't know,
disappointing.
bro. That Ragnarok
like it
was
wasn't
kinda
bad, but it was.
Fun fact:
Yeah.
we talked about the series, and when we get to Ragnarok, we're like Caleb talked. Neither me or him seen it.
We had not.
I hate Thor.
Ragnarok
Oh, man,
was
that's my
hard.
favorite guy.
I love the
Ragnarok
first Thor
was
movie.
I love
hard.
Thor.
It
love
doesn't
the
make
first
sense
Thor
that he has to
movie.
fight anybody because in his universe, if Thor's real, then Odin's real, right?
Yeah.
So that means that Odin is God.
But he's a god of what?
Odin, like Thor, is the god of lightning, right?
Right.
So all he has to do is get Odin on his side, because if Thor's real, that means that God is
Oh, yeah.
Odin.
Odin's
so
the
Odin could just be like,
All-Father.
the bad guys are dead.
Yeah, but Odin thinks Thor's a little bitch. That's why
mean,
that's how they explain.
It's so weird because
I
also
guess you.
Captain
I never
America,
thought about that.
Captain America like prays in one of the movies,
Nah.
but like literally Thor is real next to him. So that means that that Jesus isn't real. If there are gods in the real
They're
world.
demigods.
So you can
They're
pray
from
to
a
whatever
different
you want.
dimension.
But if there is literally a god next to you, that means that your religion is fake unless it's that one, because that god's real.
We go in so hard.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna say,
I'm
see-
so furious
See,
about Thor.
but that is super. You're being observant. Like that is.
That's
I
just
would have
hard.
never really thought.
That's
about
what
that.
I take notes on when I watch.
But see, that's cool,
Yeah.
man. That's taking movies to the next level.
That's like us watching like football. We see like a play, we're like, really? Like, what
See,
the fuck
that's why I
what the fuck
said-
is doing?
That's why I said whiskey, movies, and wrestling, because like I can tell you, like when we're watching a wrestling match, I can usually tell you like the move that's gonna come next,
Yep.
or like I can tell you what any move.
So tell me this. This is the only wrestling question that I have that I'm super interested in.
Always a-
How do they fake bleeding?
It's okay, so it depends on what promotion you're saying, but like so in WWE, the blood packets are like impossible to use. The person blades. So the person, like, you'll see John Cena, like, fly over a table, and then you won't see him for a second, because he's going to pull a little razor blade out of his pocket and poke his head. So it'll start to bleed. And so he'll stand back up, and he will have cut himself.
Oh, but
but-
essentially it's just a blood packet.
No, he pulls a razor blade out of his fucking pocket and cuts
Sticks
his head.
his head.
Wait,
Yeah.
like
And
legit?
Yes,
Like legit.
and that's why in WWE there's no blood anymore. Because they don't blade anymore.
Because you'd look at a dude's forehead and it would just be scarred
Every
to
once in a
hell.
while, like if it was somebody like Ric Flair is old as shit.
Right,
Yeah.
you're probably
So-
gonna die soon.
So
Whoa,
They're-
dude.
hey, he was in the hospital not that long ago.
he's 74.
That's my
and he
dad.
wrestled
He's
for
old.
50 years.
I'm gonna get him tatted on me now. I'm
That's
not
good.
Ric Flair.
Yeah.
Ric Flair's my
He is a
dude.
legend.
He is a king. He is a king.
He's a hero
Well,
of mankind. Mankind is my man's.
A blood packet also looks way worse because you don't naturally bleed; it just like kind of splatters. So he took a chair shot to the head, and so
That
he
was
doesn't really
so
wrestle.
hard to
So
watch.
he didn't want to blade or anything. So he had a blood packet in like his hair, and so when it hit, it was like it looked like somebody shot him in the head because his like whole face was covered in fake blood. Because he used a blood packet instead. It just looks so natural if like somebody hits you in the face with a baseball bat and you fall down and go,
Yeah.
and then there's just a little bit of blood.
We
See,
didn't-
I was easily fooled back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Like when they would
we were
wrap
too.
the bats with barbed wire,
Yeah.
and then like okay, you can't fake getting tossed off of like a 30-foot steel cage.
Yeah, when Mick Foley fell off of that
Ugh.
cage,
Yes.
he broke like 17 bones. Like
Yeah, that I
fucked
felt
him
like
up.
that wasn't fake. And when
Okay,
when Undertaker chokeslammed him onto the thumbtacks,
Exactly.
I'm
So-
like, that ain't fake.
So
No.
to put it to you like this, this is what a guy from New Japan said: is wrestling is not fake, it's scripted.
Okay.
So that it's only fake because they know the winner beforehand. But like when that dude gets landed on his head, he's landing on his head.
He is.
When that dude super kicks him in the face, he has to get kicked in the face. Like they work together to do like the complex moves.
Right.
And like when Eddie Guerrero does the frog splash, the dude just lays still just so he doesn't like get his skull crushed by him coming through the air. So like they have to work together.
Okay.
But they still
so they choreograph the whole thing.
Exactly.
It's just a
But,
matter
like,
of
when you get-
yeah, he's gonna win, but just let's
Exactly.
make it look good.
When you get slammed on the floor,
Exactly.
they call it taking a bump. So like throughout the match, you have to take 40 bumps or whatever. You're gonna hurt your back. It's gonna suck. It's not gonna feel good. but you know, like you're gonna walk out and they're gonna be like, "Yo, Eddie, Edge is about to spear you and win. Go have a match where it ends like that."
Here's $25,000.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was gonna get at, because you take Ronda Rousey and she's over here MMA, real fighting, getting knocked the heck out, and now she's doing the whole rowdy Ronda Rousey kind of thing.
Fun fact: it's so hard to transfer over from being like a real fighter to doing like the choreographed stuff, that when she was in her first WrestleMania match, she'd only been in like 3 matches prior to that, and she fucking fucked her shit up for good. And she wrestled at WrestleMania this year. That's in April, and she has not wrestled again because she got so injured. I don't remember what happened, but because the most important thing to know about wrestling is if you did a suplex to me, I'm doing the move to myself, but you are guiding me, or like you're setting up the move, but I have to hit myself on the ground or do whatever it is. And so if if you're unsafe, you're just gonna hurt yourself. You're probably not gonna hurt me. Because so she probably took a move wrong.
She did something to herself that messed herself
exactly.
up.
And you can see it in the match. She starts getting wobbly and shit.
Oh, that sucks.
It's like this year at WrestleMania, at Super Showdown, Undertaker fought Goldberg. I'm sure you remember both Undertaker and Goldberg.
Both of them are there.
And they're both old as shit. And Goldberg took the tombstone wrong and landed directly on the flat of the top of his head. And so when he stood back up, he went to do the jackhammer to Undertaker and just fell down. And he really concussed himself because he didn't hold on when he did the tombstone, and instead of Undertaker's knees hitting first, his head hit first. And you can see it. That video is fucked up. That is an old man. He should not be taking that shit.
No
well, that's what I'm saying. You see all these people that have been doing it forever, man. Like I feel like The Rock was the one smart one. He's like, I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna get out, and now he's acting
the safest style. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Think of his moves. His move is the rock bottom.
Which is not
so safe.
Yes.
The people's elbow. His elbow doesn't even hit them on it.
Yes, exactly. Like it's so. And he's like one of like the legend. Like he's probably top 5 people.
Just because of the way him and Stone Cold both can talk shit. They didn't even have to wrestle.
I love
very
Stone
good.
Cold. That was
I think he has a
my
podcast too, low key.
Yeah, he does. I think it's
his
cold. No, it's not cold.
His is pretty good. But his has been going for so long.
It's Austin something.
He replays. Fuck, why can't I? It's the Steve Austin show.
Yeah,
it's just not Stone Cold. Because he doesn't own the word Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Oh, really?
That's WWE's.
Oh, okay.
But his name is Steve Austin.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. I just used to... Back then, I felt like wrestling was so much cooler. Like, you had, like, chicks, like, half naked. And then I felt like you had a lot more people, like...
You still have that.
Oh, do you really?
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that.
But also, in, like... and so this picture is from a company called Impact.
Okay.
And in Impact, and both Lucha Underground that you mentioned earlier, in Lucha Underground, there wasn't a girls' division. The girls just fought the dudes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so
it was wild.
There was only like 5. There was only like 5 or 6 women in the whole company, but they just wrestled the dudes.
They would just beat ass.
Yeah,
it was insane.
Basically, you just had to be really good.
Yeah.
Like there was no chick. Like none of the girls were like bad wrestlers because like in WWE, they just hire models and get them to pretend like they can wrestle, and so their matches suck. But you're like, oh, boobies.
Yeah.
Basically, yes.
You know, in Lucha Underground, you got like Ivelisse. Ivelisse is like beating the shit out of dudes. Like,
it's
awesome.
insane. It's so
Lucha
cool.
Underground is exactly like my favorite shit ever.
That is so crazy.
And all the backstage segments were filmed like they were fucking Mexican soap opera.
It's so
like
cool.
The camera's all like down in the corner.
It's super stylized and saturated.
Instead of Vince McMahon, there's like a dude who runs the cartel. He always has like a gun, and he's always drinking tequila, and he's always all intense. So like he has a brother that he like sends to kill people, and like he'll beat them in the ring, and then they'll disappear, and he'll be like, I sacrificed them to the gods. It's all fake as fuck, but it's so fun.
So much fun.
But then they go to the ring, and they're getting like the fuck beat out of them, and that part's not fake, but all the stories and just convoluted.
We'll just hang out after work and just drink and watch like 6 episodes of Lucha Underground.
Only people who like Lucha Underground out of all of our friends, because I have a lot of friends I watch wrestling with, but none of them like Lucha Underground. Only me and him, so it'll just be me and him.
I love it. We're just like this.
Just watch it. It'll be
Watch
so
some dudes
lit.
just get the life beaten out of them.
I won't stop watching Lucha Underground until I am passed out.
That shit's fun, bro, to watch. Those motherfuckers are athletic as shit.
I've
Yes,
never
they are.
even heard of this, let alone watch
The
it.
Japan motherfuckers are crazier.
They
I think
are.
they're better.
They're
yeah,
insane.
Yeah, I mean, we'll
I'm
we'll
gonna
watch,
have to YouTube
yeah,
some of this.
we'll watch some
Motherfucker's
shit after
good.
because you being so into sports, watching that kind of wrestling, like New Japan style, that's right up your alley. Like,
Damn, that's what's up.
It's
It
way
is
realer.
brutal.
You will like literally there will be times in a match where you like flinch. You're like, how the fuck?
That's gonna scare me more than horror movies.
Yeah, you're like, how did that not kill that guy?
Bryson showed me so many compilations of people just landing slightly wrong in New Japan. I'm like,
Oh yeah, you just
get that away from
New
me.
Japan stiff shots.
That's what
Ugh.
what hooked me back in the day was it looked so vicious.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It looked bad. It was like
That time
Like-
when The Rock handcuffed Mankind and just kept hitting him in the face with a chair,
Ugh.
and he was just handcuffed.
I
And-
remember it.
And
And then what?
like the halfway through the match, he got a concussion, and so every single time he gets hit with a chair for the rest of the match, he's getting another concussion.
Ugh.
And after that match, he didn't wrestle for months because he had
No,
like a,
they were crazy
Yeah,
back
they were.
then, man.
And then something happened in 2007, and they stopped doing chair shots to the head because Chris Benoit murdered his whole family.
Yep.
Well, dude, man, there
That was
was
a beast too, low key.
Yeah,
He
was.
did a fucking arms behind his back top rope headbutt. No wonder he had a fucking concussion.
Yeah,
that
no
turned his
wonder.
Bro,
brain
that's
into
what
a
I'm saying.
6-year-old.
Like them fools, the Hardy brothers, when they used to do some crazy acrobatic stuff off the ladders.
Yeah.
Man,
They
respect.
were crazy, but I think that Dudley's did more crazy
Oh
shit.
my
More,
man, dude!
more crazy shit.
I love the Dudley Boys so much.
The Dudleys did more crazy shit than the Hardys did.
No,
Either way,
I've
Hardy
never
were athletic.
identified with anybody more than the Dudley Boys because Bubba Ray Dudley is just a big old fat white dude.
really
Not
is.
physically fit at all, just
God, that's
strong.
my guys, bro. I'm fucking them heavy, bro.
He wore glasses. In high school, I just looked just like that motherfucker.
You definitely did. Definitely did.
them
Oh,
fools
man.
were crazy.
Oh,
Wrestling
man.
was a crazy time.
That shit was legit.
But then I don't know. I don't know. I guess I just stopped watching.
Man,
See,
It
what
just,
you would, what just, oh God, we're so off track. But
it's okay. It's fine. That's
Yeah,
what
it's
what
good
it was.
content.
so
We got
Uh,
this.
last New Year, so a year from New Year's,
Uh huh.
a bunch of guys in New Japan. So, God, I gotta tell big story real quick. So, every time you watch WWE back in the '80s or '90s or whatever,
Okay.
the bad guys was anybody that wasn't white,
Okay.
right? Like Eddie Guerrero, Yokozuna, the big Samoan dudes,
Right.
Vladimir Kozlov. They'd have like the ridiculous Russian shit.
Mhm.
And so in New Japan, they did a reverse of it to where when white people, like when Americans came to New Japan, they had them be the bad guys. And so they were like the foreign heels just to like equal it out. And so back in the early 2000s, a few wrestlers, some are in WWE now, formed this thing called the Bullet Club. And I guarantee you've seen Bullet Club shirts. Like that is like such a, that's what made New Japan huge, was how cool the Bullet Club was. And
Huh.
so it's just like all of the white people basically are like American assholes that are like look at the camera and be like, fuck you guys, fuck Japan. And then of course the Japanese dudes still win or
Oh,
whatever.
yeah.
But,
Right.
Shit out.
but then it turned into one special wrestler part of the Bullet Club. Well, three. Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks. Kenny Omega is the best wrestler of all time. He does the craziest shit you'll ever. When this is over, you watch Kenny Omega compilation, you're like, okay, wrestling's cool now. Like that guy's so fucking awesome. But so him and the Young Bucks were like the leaders of the Bullet Club.
Okay.
And there's this guy Cody Rhodes. If you know Dusty Rhodes, like the most legendary wrestler ever, the big fat guy, wore the polka dots.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
his
yeah.
son is Cody Rhodes.
Oh,
So
really?
Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks randomly just, they were all champions in New Japan,
Uh-huh.
and then all at the same show lost their championships. And I'm like, oh, I wonder why they did that. And then on New Year's last year, they announced All Elite Wrestling because they're called the Elite, and Cody Rhodes, those guys, and the guy who owns Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tony Khan, came together and made their own wrestling promotion. And it's like on TNT every week at 7 on Wednesdays. And it is 100%, because you're saying you like WWF, it is just like watching wrestling in the 90s.
Really?
When you watch that, like, there's not all like the weird girl bikini contests and shit. It's like the way they wrestle is just like that. Like, it's so hard hitting, it's so crazy, and they don't do all the talking bullshit. Like,
you lost me, bro. You said no bikinis.
I mean, there are definitely still very hot ladies.
Oh, yeah.
But they wrestle just as good now. 'Cause
Right.
They're just as athletic. They don't just, like WWE, just hire girls from Playboy to do a pillow fight or whatever. They wrestle too now.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, everybody's got to do their own
I
thing.
loved it.
Dude, I promise if you go watch the Playboy pillow fight in 2020, you'll be like, what the fuck is this stupid shit?
And this is
It
a
just
new
makes
show?
you feel bad. Like, no, the Playboy pillow fight was some shit from like 2010.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
the lamest shit ever. It was... They literally, WWE partnered with Playboy to have Playboy models wrestle in a bed in the ring. It is the stupidest shit.
It's the horniest
Sounds
moment on
good.
television.
Sounds like good content.
Do you review porn?
Fuck no.
No, those are movies.
I mean, there's...
Oh,
And I'm sure there's bad ones and good ones.
I mean...
we've been
They
friends
got-
long enough. I'll watch porn with you.
when we back in
Oh,
high
God.
school when we would be at Seth's, at my homie Seth's house, if we wanted our, like, if there was because I'd always crash there and I'd help him take care of the place when his parents were out of town. I'd watch the house if they were all out of town, so like I was like basically his brother. And if we wanted the homies to leave, we'd like just turn fake taxi on the TV.
Yep.
And then, like, we just pretend like we're asleep, and then porn starts playing, and then the homies are like, "All right, dude, like, I guess this is the time we fucking leave." And then we go to playing 2-player video games. But
Man.
talking about watching porn together, I guess technically,
I'm
were
just
watching
saying,
porn
like
together.
that. I feel like in the film industry, that is where the money's to be made.
In porn,
There's a lot of
porn.
money in porn.
there is not even one goddamn tenth the amount, and the best porn, the porn that makes the most money, could not even get remotely close to just the average movie.
I doubt.
Advertisements. The sheer amount of movies that they make, okay? The sheer amount of joy they get from knowing how many ropes they produce.
Oh,
Right?
Jesus.
So,
No.
I'm
you-
just saying, when you could produce a movie that's free and still making money,
Nah, man. And
they make quite a bit off advertising.
you're just straight up wrong. Brock Lesnar in one wrestling match makes more money than
okay, let's find out.
17
I want
fucking
to
porn
see.
stars combined.
Okay, I'm gonna
Talking
Google
favorite porn
this.
stars now?
Yeah, he said words in a minute. He said porn stars.
We start talking about porn
Hold
stars. I'm
on.
gonna stand up, walk through that fucking
Who's
door.
the number one porn star? Let's find out. Number one
26.
porn
Gotta be.
star.
Remember
Riley Raid or whatever her name is. That white
You think
thing.
Riley Reid?
I think that's her.
I would venture to say her stock has gone a lot down since she hadn't made that rap video where she says the N word a bunch of
Yeah.
times.
Oh yeah, she did.
I
do
love
that.
her.
She messed.
We watched,
Lana Rhodes.
Never heard of her.
She's got
Fucking money.
like 604 million. Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna look up her.
Look at fucking Brock Lesnar, dude.
Hold on. Lana
Crushes
Rhodes- What is it called when you look up what they're
Network.
worth?
network, yeah.
Lana Rhodes, that's what we need to see. Yeah.
Yes.
We watched a grip of porn on tour.
I'm gonna save that. And then who did you say? Brock Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar, yes.
That's the biggest wrestler ever.
Oh, we were talking about movies prior to this.
Oh.
If we talk about movies, that's easy. Taking Leonardo DiCaprio, there's no way she could even make a 20th.
Leonardo DiCaprio is the richest actor.
Pretty close, probably.
It's pretty close. That's pretty close.
There's no way
Okay,
she beats Brock Lesnar.
so she didn't beat Brock Lesnar,
Oh, she did.
but he's got a net worth of 22 million, and she's got a net worth of 20 million.
Okay, so
That's close.
you can make more money on fucking YouTube because PewDiePie is worth 40 million.
We're not talking about YouTube.
No, but I'm saying porn's so far down.
I don't think so. I feel like porn is
It's kind of fast though. It's like an hour, and you can make that. It's not very bad. It's not bad.
and the production doesn't have to. You don't have to
Don't it?
choreograph a whole skit to who's bleeding, who's winning. Like you're literally like, hey, you know what to do.
You're gonna get digged down.
The
Let's
worst,
go.
like,
the
here it
worst
is,
thing happens
here it
is her
is.
cervix gets fucking.
And
that's it,
and
all.
that's what I'm saying. And it, like you said, it's an hour out of a day, and that's it. Whereas like,
It's like
Endgame,
it's not like they're not having fun.
like
You get a
Endgame,
cool
how
couple
long did
grand.
Endgame take to
It was
produce?
just over a year.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
a
and
year or so.
she probably made whatever that made in.
No,
in
the
a
accumulation of her
month.
whole career. No, the accumulation of her whole career led to that amount of money.
No, because
That's what net worth is. It's like the amount of money that your entire career has led you to, the amount of money you are worth right now.
So what would you Google to find out what Endgame made?
Just Google.
box office or
Endgame box office.
grossing or something
Yeah.
like that.
It's perfect because Endgame is the highest grossing movie of all
Yes.
All time.
Probably a billion.
Woo, boy! It ain't even close.
There's probably like a B at the end of that. It's like
Yeah,
an M.
there's a few B's.
time.
It's not a M, nigga. It's probably a B.
And do you know how much every porn that she has made in the last whole year is worth? $0 because porn's free.
But she's got to make money still,
Gotta
and
pay
to
for it,
have a
bro.
net worth of 20.
Well, I mean, that's just because, especially because she's famous, they're probably like, hey, we'll pay you fucking $27,000 to
It's
have
like-
sex with that guy. And
It's
they're
like
okay.
rappers. All music's kind of free, but they make this
But
mad money. Yeah.
Perfect example, Drake. There's no way that Lana Rhodes has even close to the amount Drake has.
But
There's
like
no way it's close.
Yeah, probably
like-
close.
Drake,
Drake probably like
Drake probably records
35,
Drake doesn't
you
even
know?
write his own music. Drake probably records his whole album in one fucking day.
but like,
It's like 35 mil.
Let me hit you with this.
half a bill.
Drake is a pedophile.
What? Who's the letter? Who's the letter?
Is this an exclusive?
Wait, what are we talking about, Garrett? Let me
Hold on.
Garrett, let me back.
Before we get down that road,
I'm just saying. He
his
talks to a
net
lot of
worth,
13-year-old girls.
he's the 5th richest rapper in the world.
Wow.
That's what's crazy. And he's worth 150 million.
See, there's the money.
That's a grip of money.
There's
That's
the
a
money.
lot of money.
It sounded like a lot of streaming shit.
Pop/rap. Yeah. That's
I
the
just
way
still
they do it.
feel like when it comes to porn, that's a good, quick scheme.
If they could
Yeah.
find a way to stream it, they could make a lot of money.
Well, but it's not like I'm not just talking about like the actual like Pornhub videos. Like think how Snapchat's kind of worked with the private snaps.
Oh, yeah.
You got other stuff going on. You got your websites. Your like
Yeah.
I think your subscriptions or whatever you can do.
Oh, I'm sure any individual person can make a lot of money with that. The glass ceiling is just a lot lower than like the super famous.
Okay, so they're not super famous.
The most
but they're
famous porn
still-
star is not even close to
She probably,
the top.
they probably make like what
2,000.
Rob Dyrdek made in his life, like a C-list celebrity.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Rob is like
I don't. Yeah, maybe.
yeah.
I
Rob's
don't know
pretty
about
up
him.
there.
He
I don't
probably
know.
owns like half a DC or some shit.
He's
the only motherfucker that wears those shoes.
That's true.
Damn.
What about half my middle school wore them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was fucking
If you
9
were-
years ago.
Hold
Fair.
on, Rob,
That was a long time ago.
20 years for this fool.
Not quite, almost. No,
Shit.
I don't know. So what do you? I want to ask this.
Yeah, let's rewind.
Yeah,
that.
let's-
That
let's
whole
come
time.
Hold on. We're not going nowhere until I hear the
No,
facts
we're
on
gonna
Drake.
skip. We're gonna
I need to
skip
hear
that.
about this Drake.
We'll talk about that
Talk
off.
to 13-year-old
Hold
girls.
on, we'll just talk about this off camera.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Fuck, that's funny.
so movies. They have. You guys talk about the bad, the good, but let's talk about the industry itself.
Sure.
It's gone from like what was it called, an A track or something like that back in the day or something, to like
Like eight-
VHS.
Oh, like
What's Quentin Tarantino film?
8mm.
8mm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
So there
it's
you
just
go.
A film.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you went from like way back then to now we're basically streaming or movies. Like it's even the DVDs are kind of just
Yeah,
obsolete.
when you go to a theater, there is no physical movie there.
Mm-mm.
That is just playing off the projector. It is just upload. They got an
Like some
upload of
digital
that.
form.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
They
There's no
even-
physical movie.
They even upload changes, like Cats, for example.
Okay.
They uploaded a patch, if you will, to the movie
While it was in theaters.
While it was in theaters.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah.
Like the
Yeah.
premiere, they were doing it.
Yeah, because their hands were human hands instead of cat
Yeah.
hands.
They
so it just
missed a
looks
layer.
super creepy.
Yeah, they missed one layer on the rendering. Yeah.
But see, is that it? Do you think movies can get better than that? Like, what's your ideas?
Well,
I think what makes a movie great is the writing.
So it's the story.
It's the story.
It does not matter the amount of money you spend on a movie, or how it was filmed,
Okay.
or who's fucking in it. Because,
Like-
perfect example, 2 weeks ago, Star Wars
Yeah.
debuted, right? Makes a lot of money because it's a Star Wars movie. Do you know what
Right.
debuted on the same fucking day? Cats.
Okay.
Cats lost over
So much fucking
$150
money.
million.
Because of Star Wars.
Well, because of Star Wars and because the movie sucks huge dick.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't go watch a movie called Cats.
It's
And
about,
is it like a musical
yeah,
thingy?
and the worst thing is the people who like wrote the musical and stuff
Uh-huh.
like don't approve of it either. Like
Yeah.
it is a shitty version of the play.
But do you think that movies these days are just being replicated a lot more often than what they were before?
Fucking Cats is a play.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, not
Yeah.
just so much Cats, but I feel like take
Cats.
Jumanji for instance.
Mhm.
That is not the movie that we seen back in
No.
like the
20 years
90s
ago.
or whatever it was.
Reboot culture is alive and
Or
well.
Pet Cemetery just came out,
Yeah.
lost millions of dollars.
And what is
Shitty
your
remake.
take on that? Is it better or is it worse or are you indifferent about it?
I think you can either. I mean, okay, so let me think of a good example. Okay, so a movie like The Shining. Have you seen The Shining?
Oh yeah,
With
yeah,
Jack
with,
Nicholson.
yes.
Okay, probably one of
okay.
the like. If you're taking it from like a filmmaker's standpoint, probably one of the best movies ever made, right?
Mhm.
But
Correct.
now it's pretty dated. There
Yeah.
are parts that kind of
I
suck.
think it was like
But-
70s,
But
80s.
yeah, it's like 79.
Yeah.
You couldn't replicate Jack Nicholson's performance though.
No, not at all.
So if you tried to make that movie and didn't have Jack Nicholson as the main guy, no matter how much cool new shit they can put in the movie, all the rendering and all the digitizing and all that, that won't make it better.
It just isn't gonna happen.
The story and the performance.
Perfect
is, the
example
best
would be like if you made Infinity War in the 1980s. It would look like stupid shit.
parts. Yeah.
Like there'd just be a bunch of people, whereas if fully digital, you got to see that scene at the end where it was like every superhero ever versus every bad guy ever. Like
Right,
that,
right.
That's amazing. That's all
But that was not the case. That Infinity War was non-existent.
I think you
up till now.
can't change in any movie that was good, like a classic movie. You can't change it enough. With
So
modern
you think
technology.
changing a bad movie to a better movie, like The Jungle Book?
You absolutely
instance.
could do that.
So
Yes.
they took a cartoon movie and they made it realistic.
and it's
But see, to me, like they did Lion King. I'm sorry, I have yet to watch Lion King
ass.
because this is the joke I make about it. How does it end? Well, obviously I know how it ends.
Yeah.
It ends exactly
How
how
does it end?
How does the Lion King end?
The fucking bad guy falls off the cliff.
You threw me for a loop. I haven't seen that movie in a grip.
See, there we go. We got it.
Yeah, this dude's like, hold up.
Shit.
That's a good fucking question.
I hadn't seen that movie in like 10 years, and then the big fight happens, and he falls off the cliff, and it's over, and I was like, it's fucking over? Fuck this movie!
But that's
like
what I
20
mean.
feet
But that's
down
what I
the
mean. It ends exactly the same. It's
Yeah.
except it's what CG and now and cartoon. Like
Yeah.
that's the difference. I don't think you
That sounds
do
amazing.
that. You don't. And it seems like it's happening more and more and
Yeah.
more often. Like you're just getting movies that are replicated, and maybe they do change it. Like Jumanji, for instance, they changed the entire plot.
Yeah.
But
Was it for the better?
I don't think so. I personally don't.
That
What's
shit
your
was funny
opinion?
as fuck.
I mean, with it being changed so much, it can't really be compared because, like,
That's true.
you just couldn't have done the same story because since Robin Williams was such a good character and so
Right.
integral to the plot, you just had to change it because if you had somebody else be Robin Williams, it just wouldn't work.
It would not.
See, and that's why I think they shouldn't have even done it. Like you said, with The Shining, it's almost pointless to try to replicate
You
it.
can't outdo Joe.
It's like because then they're now they're gonna just change it all together.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a perfect example. People keep remaking like Pet Cemetery or
They keep remaking Little Women.
Little Women.
It's
Perfect.
had like 6 different.
You
film
just made the perfect
adaptations.
example. Little Women. It's a book from like the 30s.
Uh-huh.
There's been like 10 movies called Little Women. That's
Yeah.
about that book, right? How many fucking books are there in the world? A
I don't
billion.
know, yeah.
A fucking billion. There's been 500 movies made about a book. Just pick a different fucking book.
Yeah.
That's true. That's how I feel too.
Because if your movie can't be compared to a classic, it has so much. It can do so much more. Drive, perfect example. Drive came out. It did decent in the box office. Didn't lose any money. But now, like, film critics and like real like movie buffs and stuff just worship that movie. And if it had been a remake of something, there would have been something to compare it to. But that movie is perfect. And I'm sure 50 years from now they'll try to remake fucking Drive, and you just
It just
can't
won't work.
because once again, like you said, the movie, if you haven't seen it, has a huge twist.
Mhm.
And any movie with a huge twist, if you go in to watch the remake,
You already know.
you just know the fucking twist. I don't
Yeah,
want to see
yeah.
it again.
Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know. I just, like you said, just pick a different book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go with the different
Different
plot.
story. There's so many filmmakers. Just listen to, instead of being like, I'm gonna remake fucking Shining, just pick a different.
Take a chance on the dude that's been telling you about a screenplay for the past 2 years.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Hereditary. That wasn't a book.
No.
That specific horror movie made more money than like any horror movie fucking ever, and it was just
It was weird.
some story from Ad Astra, like is it Ari Astra?
Ad Astra was a movie.
Ad
this
Astra.
year,
I think
or
his name's
this
Ari
past
Astra. Whatever the fuck his
year.
name.
Whoever that dude's name is, yeah.
He just made up a story, and it's better than the million fucking like since the 2 remakes of fucking It.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like,
Whoa.
What?
It was fire.
The It Part 2 is the stupidest ending.
I
ever.
I haven't seen
I
that.
haven't seen it
I watched
either.
the
I didn't like the first one anyway.
Just fucking leave it at the first one. Don't watch the second
The
one.
first one's
The
really
ending
good.
will piss you off so bad. It just ends the same way.
How you being pissed off?
They just bully him. They just fucking bully him to death. That's so dumb.
What, it?
Yes.
Well, good.
It's like you're
Fuck that
stupid.
motherfucker.
All right.
You
I
are-
wanted to ask and end the video on this note. Do you think movies are an interpretation of the future? Or do you think they're just storylines being told by random directors?
So I would say, with the exception of The Simpsons, weird ass Nostradamus shit predicting everything that's happened.
Fucking titties boy, what is his name?
John Titter.
Titties boy, I love it. But John Titter predicted the fucking future. No, I think movies are more of an interpretation of the time. Back in the 80s, you'd have movies about Vietnam that would be really popular because Vietnam had just happened, whereas now you have more comic book movies. It's more digitalized culture, so more digitalized, more science fiction shit is always going to be more popular. So
Yeah,
I
so-
think everything just sits with the time that it is. Like, when was the last time you saw a poppin' ass Western?
Hateful Eight.
Like, The Hateful Eight, pretty.
But only, it
Whatever
was
one
only
that Will
popping
Smith
because
was
it was
in.
like Tarantino movie.
And-
Wild Wild West?
Wild Wild West.
That's
Yes,
fine.
that's fine. But that's
But
also.
what about Django?
Django, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Wild Wild West, that's actually a huge exception because it's science fiction fucking Western. But Django's an example because of like the way like there's like such carnage and shit. Like it's such a different interpretation of a Western. Like that one was able to bridge the gap. But we had Hostiles.
Oh
came
my
out
God,
last year.
Hostiles was
is
so
such
good.
a good movie. We had Appaloosa like 6 years ago. Like none of these movies can get popping just because the time doesn't really reflect like Western values. Whereas
Yeah.
back in like the 70s and 80s, like all the John Wayne movies and everything was just so popping.
Yeah.
Huh.
But
Yeah, movies are very much a commentary of the time that they're written and made in. For
exactly.
Sure.
So you have movies like Star Wars, Marvel, and even horror movies where
Yeah.
people just nowadays with fucking social media culture, nobody like lives their life. Movies, people want to go escape their life, just
Yeah.
live something that they can't live.
I'm not a movie guy, but I do feel like if anime made like a live action, like Naruto or something, made a live action movie like what's it called, Lion King, I think it'd be fire because anime's kind of popping right now. So I think
But-
they did some
Oh,
shit
it's
like
always
that.
popping.
But see,
That should be fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah.
how many we got? We got
Anime movies?
yeah, we
You
got,
got like Death Note,
Suck Dick,
Suck Dick. You got Battle Angel Alita. It's pretty
Suck
good.
Dick?
decent.
Um, seems like there's a couple
Ghost
more.
in the Shell.
Ghost in the Shell's god
Ghost in the Shell's lost so much money. Why is Scarlett Johansson playing an Asian lady? That doesn't make any sense.
Don't ask
But,
me.
um,
And isn't there supposed to be like a Cowboy Bebop live action movie
Yeah,
coming soon?
but-
That's gonna
But once
probably
again,
not be good.
the main thing, those movies are very popular in China and Japan, but they can't really bridge the gap into America because half of America, racist Donald Trump pieces of shit. But they're not gonna watch a movie with all these Asian people because they're racist.
Yeah.
So you have to try to Americanize it like they did with Death Note. And what did Death Note do? Suck dick.
Yeah, they'd probably try to like do like a live action like
another or some shit.
no,
If they did,
Oh,
what's it
God.
called?
If they did-
what Goku? What's the fucking show called?
Dragon
Ball
Z.
That movie was so bad.
oh,
Let's try to do some shit like that, bro.
or the fucking Tokyo Ghoul movie that was made in China. That's
There's a
still
Tokyo Ghoul?
Yes, it sucks so bad. These motherfuckers have swords that come out of their back. How the fuck you gonna make that in real life? You don't.
You don't.
It's a cartoon. Leave it a cartoon. In Dragon Ball Z, Goku throws a planet at that motherfucker. How are you gonna make that on a movie?
Like,
CG, man.
Yeah, it'll look like the stupid parts of Endgame.
so, yeah.
It looked like this. Hi.
If you've ever watched Dragon Ball Z, they
I'm
don't
just talking
have
shit.
that.
I'm just talking shit.
Oh,
Now, I didn't watch
Yeah,
Dragon
they
Ball
don't
Z.
have
I
like.
never
like
watched
the-
it, but it's fucking
It's one
funny.
of like
when I
the
see
ancient
this shit.
samurai
Have you ever
movies
seen
and
Dragon
shit.
Ball Z abridged?
Oh my,
No.
yeah.
You fuck my mom. I'll kill your mom.
The abridged,
It's like the kooky
the abridged shit is so fun.
And I think, okay, so I just want a quick prediction
Yes.
because it's been long
Yes.
anticipated.
Oh yeah.
Avatar 2
Mm.
coming 2021, I think, is a indication right
Oh,
now.
you're talking about sci-fi dances with
Okay,
wolves?
but-
The
okay.
story's already over. What the fuck are you gonna do?
I think it's
So-
2022, 2024, 2026.
I don't know, but
Something like
what's your guess? Good, bad?
Wait.
It's all gonna suck?
Oh.
First one
First
sucked.
Avatar was garbage.
Oh my god.
First one sucked.
Oh my god, no. Hold up.
No,
Yes.
Bryce, don't
Those
do
are the
that.
smartest motherfuckers in the world. I didn't realize what they were doing. Those insider motherfuckers waited until Marvel and Star Wars ended.
No duh.
Holy
Damn.
fucking moly. That shit's gonna kill. That'll probably beat Endgame.
I don't know,
He said-
man.
That's what I'm
Fucking
thinking.
kill.
So highly anticipated. Timing is right.
Yeah.
Marvel's over. Star Wars is over. All these bigger
God, that's
movies
such a
are
good
over.
fucking idea.
That's
And
true.
now
Wait, Marvel's is over?
they're it's
Phase
over.
4 begins. The main story is over, just like Star Wars.
Nah, I just
Yeah.
So-
There will be a billion more Star Wars movies like fucking Fast and Furious.
I hope
Yeah.
not.
There's only one more Fast and
I,
Furious.
like,
Two more.
I think it'll do well in the box office. I just don't think the story's gonna be
It'll
all
be
that
like Star Wars. I'll go watch the movie and I'll have fun, and then the movie will end. I'll be like, that sucked dick.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm glad there was explosions and shit,
Yeah.
but like that movie was
It was
awful.
sick when that dude got eviscerated, because I'm sure that's gonna
See,
happen
now-
at some point in time.
Hold up, take Avatar, right?
Yeah.
They got real guns
Yeah.
versus people with spears.
Yeah.
Make it rated R. I'll love the shit out of it.
Fair.
You fucking got motherfuckers just gunning down, fucking spearing stupid ass Imperial soldiers. That'd be badass.
That would
Oh
be
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that'd
just
probably be
hate
badass.
when you see a movie like Avatar or whatever, when there's like hardened soldiers, you know, like they're out there like slaughtering poor civilians and shit. I hate when they don't talk realistic.
And it's like,
They're like,
it's,
I'm gonna freaking kill you. Like, no,
Ugh.
just make it R-rated. Let them talk the way they fucking talk.
or like the camera's not on like the murder, and it's like a PG-13.
Yeah.
It's
Like looks
come
at the
on.
guy's face and he's all bad.
It's like, come on.
I thought you were gonna go the route where the underdeveloped natives would just slaughter the advanced soldiers, and I was gonna bring up the Ewoks, and I was gonna go off on a horrifically angry tirade
if
of how
we're-
fucking bad.
If
the
we're
Ewoks
talking about
are.
realism, Avatar 1 should have just ended with just guys with machine guns shooting all the people with spears.
Thanks.
Fucking hate Ewoks.
You ever played? Okay.
Hold on. We're gonna end the video on that. We're going on a tangent.
We are.
Continue off camera. Hope you guys appreciated today's
Fuck Drake.
appreciated today's video. You guys have a blessed day. You guys go follow their podcast on
At 3on1, number 3 ON1 POD on everything.
anywhere you can stream a podcast. Check them out. Hilarious, good content. Give them a follow, subscribe, however else you can do it. Thank you. Appreciate it. Till next time, Beard Bros out. Peace.